Hello YouTube and welcome to Katrinka LOL. And today I have some stories. And these stories are back from when I was a Girl Scout, and this was many years ago when I was a kid. So they're kind of funny. And then there's one bonus story, which is fairly recent, something that had happened. Now I have two different playlists, and one is stories, which is pretty much things from the past. And then there's vlog, which is pretty much things in the current, which is maybe opinions or stories that are going on currently. So check those out if you like, and make sure that you like, subscribe, share the video, and hit the notification button so that you can be notified when I upload new videos. So anyway, let's get into the Girl Scout stories. Now, back then, when I was a Girl Scout, I used to go to camp, Girl Scout camp. I went to day camp, I went to winter camping, and also summer camping. I sometimes would stay at summer camp for a month at a time, so I got pretty adept at camping. So here's a story from my day camping days. Now back then, and I was little, I had this little brown bag with a handle on it that my mom got for me, that I would bring to day camp with the stuff that I would need for the day. And they would provide the lunch, and on this particular day, I was pretty hungry. And you never knew what was going to be on the menu, so to speak. So there's very few things that I absolutely don't like at all, but they handed out salami sandwiches, and that's on my list of things that I absolutely don't like. And my apologies to people who really like salami. It's just something, it's a preference of mine, I just don't care for it. So I was a little bit intimidated. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to get into trouble for not having the lunch, or I didn't know what to do with this sandwich, but I couldn't eat it, So I had the little brown bag that my mother gave me. So what I did was I went over to the picnic table, and I sat down, and I was trying to shove the salami sandwich into the bag, and I figured I could get rid of it later when I went home. And the camp counselor came over. I guess she saw me and was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm caught," So I was like, "I don't like salami." And she was like, "You don't have to eat it if you don't like it." And I was like shocked. I really thought I was going to get into trouble. So I don't know what happened. I think maybe they had peanut butter and jelly, or they had something else that they give to someone that really, really won't eat whatever the thing on the menu is for the day. But that all worked out. So that's the salami story. Now another story is from summer camp, sleepaway camp. In those days, whenever we were done with lunch, dinner, breakfast, every meal, we had to clean everything. We had to wash everything and scrub the pots, and just everything was spick and span by the time we were done. So I was like really struggling with this pot, and trying to clean it up. And the counselor came over and said, "You've got to use some elbow grease." And I was like, "Where's this elbow grease? Please give me some, because this is hard work." So I had no idea what the expression elbow grease meant. I was very, very young. And so she just kind of laughed and walked away, and I was like, "Where's the elbow grease?" So that was another funny story. And then a third story is from winter camping. Now, when we went winter camping, we would camp at summer campsites, so they were like tents, or sometimes lodges and things like that. But they had outdoor pavilions and whatnot. And so I was assigned to crack open the eggs to make the scrambled eggs for that particular breakfast. And so it was winter, and it was outdoors. And the eggs were cold, my hands were cold, everything was cold. So I'm cracking the eggs, and at first it was okay, but my hands got colder and colder, and then it felt like the eggshells were slicing into my hands just because they were just getting so cold. So that, you know, I powered through it. You'd be proud of me. I powered through it and I got it done. But that was a painful experience. So maybe we should have had something else for breakfast. I don't know. Maybe some cereal, or I don't know. But anyway, that's the winter camping egg story. So those are the 3 Girl Scout camp stories that I have. And here's a bonus story. And this is pretty recent. I was making spaghetti and meatballs, and it wasn't really spaghetti, it was more like pasta and meatballs. They were little pastas that I was making. So for some reason I had a brain malfunction, and I had the cold water, and then I put the pasta into the cold water, and I was like, after I did it, I was like, was that right? Yeah. But anyway, I didn't want to waste anything, so I turned the stove on, and I figured, let's give it a shot. I mean, let's see what happens, you know. So I let it come to a boil, and then I cooked it for the minimum amount of time that you were to cook the pasta, because it had been soaking for so much longer, because it seemed to take a lot longer to come to a boil with the pasta inside. So wanted to see how it was. So we tested it out, and it was fine. You know, and I was like, wow, that worked out. You know, and I didn't waste anything. So I wanted to look it up. I did some research on can you cook pasta cold like that? And sure enough, it's a thing. You actually can do it. So if you want, you can research that. It really comes out the same whether you wait for it to boil or you don't. But you just have to be careful at the timing, either way. So those are my stories for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.